Bionox is motivating wellness. You can share. One thing that's interesting, as we talked about even before we got on video here, is about our mission statements and what we're about. Of course, our big tagline is motivating wellness, and
Yep.
we're all about that. We're trying to help people get them where they were introduced to them at one point in their life, and the goal is to shift them in a positive direction, the best way that we know how. And so, as in your mission statement, has to do with reaching health goals, experiencing life without limitation,
Yeah.
breakthrough care and treatments that transform your life. So, maybe do you have any comment about that with regards to Bionox and what we do? And appreciate the plug earlier, the checks in the mail on that. Appreciate the shout out. And we're going to transition a little bit about Bionox and our products. So how do you see that with Bionox, and then with what you're doing at the Regenerative Treatment Center? How do those align?
Yeah. Honestly, when we started this practice, again, with my background being chiropractic, I've always focused on implementing therapies, modalities, treatments. I don't even like to say treatments because it's not treatments. It's processes. I say without the right process, you're not going to get the right result. It is very structured in the things that we do. And so when we implement new things, even in products, it's how can we bring things in that are going to be the most natural, but also get the greatest results. Sometimes it's not always more is better. And it's about how can we get the biggest bang for what we're doing. I'm not even gonna say the biggest bang for your buck, because I don't think that's even the case. It's, how can we get the most out of what we have? And like I said, Summer, when she came in, she is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to supplementation and understanding. I tell people there's a difference between like supplementation and nutritional like application, even in products. And because supplements are something that's supposed to replace something, that's why it's supplemental. It's giving you something that you don't have. Like I don't even see M3 as a supplement, because I think it's something that is necessary for people. When we talk about our heart health, our vascular health. As a chiropractor, I look at the nervous system, but even, if our nervous system isn't working, our vascularity isn't working, but, having the right, you can see it right behind you right there, if your levels aren't right, there's a cascade of events that can be detrimental to your health. And when we started developing the processes, when it came to our therapies, it was what can we add in to get the greatest results. And some of that is using products just like this. It's not just, the PEMF mat, which is a pulse electromagnetic frequency, increases microcirculation, shockwave, which can break down, scar tissue and increase vascularity. But then again, even if you increase vascularity to an area, if the right nutrients aren't getting to that area, it's not going to heal the way it's supposed to heal. And so implementing a product like this really has been life-changing. I mean, I say plugs, and honestly, no checks are coming my way. He was joking about that. But I mean, I take this stuff every morning, every night. And there's so many times when people are like, well, how do you know a product's actually working? I go, the greatest way to know if a product's working is stop taking it. Because when you stop taking it, that's when you're going to feel that it's not working anymore. And that's what I noticed when I miss taking it. I noticed that I don't get the same amount of sleep. I work out on a regular basis. I don't get the same energy levels. And so vascularity is key. Nothing in the body is going to actually begin to heal, self-regulate healing, if it's not getting the right nutrients and the vascularity to those areas that need to be healed. So I think it's essential.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's our flagship product that you're speaking of, no doubt, M3, the
Mhm.
ultimate nitric oxide nutrition. Can you just hold it up one more time? Let our
Yeah,
viewers
no,
take a
absolutely.
look at that in case they hadn't checked it out yet. Yeah, thank
Right.
you. So you can get that at bionoxusa.com. And so yeah, it is critical. And to your point, we have tremendous retention of people that when they first try it, they stay on it
Yeah.
because of what you just said. They may come off it and they can tell the difference. And that's what was so important to me. I'd been in practice for several years, but I had never found any one uh, type of nutritional protocol that had such far-reaching effects. So that was exciting. As you mentioned, coupling science, and man, the science is there for these nitric oxide precursors with real results, and you can't go wrong with that. So
Yeah, and I mean, that's one of the things that I love about it. I mean, our patients that are on this, I mean, they love the product. It's not just that I take it personally, but that's one of the things. I wrote an article in Chiropractic Economics. I mean, it was probably 10 years ago, and it was about actually implementing new procedures and new products into the clinic. And I said one of the biggest things for me is helping people understand that if you're going to implement anything new, you have to understand it yourself. You have to know how it affects you, how you feel when you're on it. And people talk about placebo effects and all these other things, but the truth is, when you feel something, you feel something. When you know it's doing something. I've taken plenty of supplements. I started taking, the old creatine powder back when I was in high school, when it was just, I mean, it literally looked like flour, you know, and so you can feel when products are doing something into your body. And so I love it, and that's the reason why I take it on a daily basis. And I do love what you say too, because our body is constantly in this turnover phase. New skin cells, new blood cells, new heart. I mean, people don't realize. I mean, we're basically like a whole new body every 7 to 10 years. I mean, it's just constantly re-regulating and rechanging. You do say, I mean, give it 3 months. Don't just expect change. Some people will notice changes very rapidly, but you want to give it time to get into the system to create those changes, because even if it's in there working, that regeneration, that change in cells. I mean, you have these zombie cells that are dead and dying. You have autophagy, where cells are dying off and getting cleansed out. You've got to allow the body to actually do all of that to get the ultimate effects of any type of restorative care when you're looking for that. So
for
I went off
sure.
on a tangent there. I got excited.
I love it. No, I love it. I love it when somebody, a practitioner, that is using in their practice and appreciates it as a tool for what it is, and sees the results, implementing it with the other great things that they're doing. It's
and I,
really cool.
and I can
Yeah.
tell you this, and I mentioned that you were asking how we utilize it in the practice. So we do PRP, which is platelet-rich plasma, where we draw the blood, we centrifuge it down to get those platelet-rich plasma, the growth factors, the cytokines, the chemokines, all those fun things for the joint injections and repair and restoration. I say that we offer it to people when they first walk in the office, but we also give it to people before we actually draw their PRP, which is a pretty cool thing. And we also do ozone therapy here. So I'm sure you understand a little bit of, major autoheme, where we're drawing the blood, we're putting it in the bag. We give it to them before we even do that, because we know that nitric oxide boost, it actually helps us to draw out their blood. And we actually feel that it gives them a greater benefit as we retransfuse and re-implement those therapies. So that's a whole other way of us implementing it into our practice.
Yeah, that's unique, right? Not all our chiropractors and docs are doing that
Yeah,
with it. So that's pretty cool. That's
yeah,
that's that's very cool. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. And
yeah.
we appreciate all that you're doing, and we thank you for working with us like you do, and look forward to even doing other things in the future. Now, so you were a college athlete. So could you tell us a little bit about that sport that you played, and how did this translate into your love of fitness?
Yeah. So that same uncle that actually helped fix my leg got me into working out. It was actually right after I broke my leg. He gifted me his weight bench, and it sat in my basement. I started working out. I was bullied a little bit when I was a kid, so started working out, and helped me a little bit with that. I was never a fighter, but it turned out nobody ever wanted to fight with me, so that worked out well.
Right.
Um, I loved the energy that exercise gave me. I grew up in a small town, Oskaloosa, Iowa. football was really the main thing. I started playing football also in third grade. Played all through high school. I actually played football. I wrestled. I ran track. I went to Mid-American Nazarene University in Olathe, Kansas here, in AIA school. Went there on a football scholarship, a track scholarship, and then my junior year was offered a weightlifting scholarship. So I did Olympic weightlifting there for
Wow.
2 years. Went to collegiate nationals a couple years in a row, and fitness has just always been a part of my life. At first it was always just working out as hard as I could, and and finding supplements that could keep me doing that. And then as I then went into chiropractic and went into chiropractic school, it opened my eyes even more to the nutritional aspects, and more so the science on a cellular level, how the body can actually, really transform. And so it's really always been a part of my life. Now that I've been speaking here, I'm like, a lot of things happened when I was in third grade, from breaking my leg to starting fitness,
Right.
and even football. So yeah, and it's been fun. I just enjoy it. I enjoy being active, and it's not necessarily only for me too. It's for my family. If I'm not well, if I'm not healthy, I can't provide for my family. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I even try to implement here in my practice is when people come in, quite honestly, and you've probably seen this in your practice over the years, it's not necessarily about the pain that they're coming in for. It's what their pain is limiting them from doing. And that's where, kind of that mission statement came from, is, not living in limitations. How can we live life without limitations? It's not about the pain. It's not about the knee pain or the shoulder pain or the hip pain. It's, I can't pick up my grandchild. I can't go do the workout. I've been trying to lose 10 pounds, but I can't walk down the street, And so how to help people identify that factor, that thing that can then transform their life has been, pivotal for me. And it's through the experiences and everything that I've done. And I've been blessed. God's blessed me to be able to share that.
Yeah.
So I love fitness. I love being around that community. It's sometimes just being in the environment is more energizing than actually doing the exercise themselves. Because trust me, I don't always feel like doing it, but I always feel better when I do.
Right. That's good. And you really create your own positive influence because you got to be an example to your family, to your patients. And so, you got to walk the walk. And so that helps us to stay healthy, right? And do the right thing. So very cool. Well, we got a few rapid fire questions for you.
Yes.
Favorite sport and sports team?
Okay, well, I am in Kansas City. I grew up in Iowa. We didn't have a professional football team. So I grew up Kansas City Chiefs fan. So football, my favorite sport. Chiefs, go Chiefs.
Right on. Love it. Okay. And tell us some fun facts about Kansas City. And we always have to remember Kansas City is not in Kansas, right?
Yeah.
It's in,
Well,
it's
there's
in,
actually, this is what's crazy. So maybe this could be a fun fact for some people. There's Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. So it's actually both sides.
got
Um,
it.
but a good fact, and I'm like, man, what are some fun facts about Kansas City? Well, I've always known that Kansas City has incredible barbecue. Most people don't
Right.
think of Kansas City for their barbecue, but we have more barbecue restaurants per capita than any other U.S. city, which
More
is
than Memphis.
more.
How about it?
It's crazy. Yeah, and as my wife will actually enjoy this. So this is one more, and then we can move on. I know that's rapid fire, but so my wife and I got married at Swope Memorial Park, and I was just researching on some different fun facts about KC. I didn't realize that Swope Park is actually larger than Central Park, and it's like 1,800 and some acres big. I was like, huh, that's a very interesting fun fact that now I know that I can share with my wife, that we got married at a park that's larger than even Central Park. So there you go.
Awesome. And what was the name of the park again?
Swope Memorial Park.
Swope.
Swope Memorial Park. If you drive up to the Swope Golf Course, which you ever come by, I'll take you there.
Nice.
There's a beautiful memorial that sets kind of back and behind the golf course, and it overlooks. It's just this big valley, and you can see the Kansas City Zoo and the amphitheater. off to the back. And so when we got married, we could actually hear the monkeys and the lions during our wedding.
That
But
is cool.
it was pretty beautiful.
Awesome. That is a fun fact. Appreciate that. Favorite healthy meal?
All right. So I love cooking this meal. I actually take avocado, cut it in half, put it on the stovetop. I saute the top, the bottom, pan right next to it, sunny side up eggs. And then I saute some spinach, put some salt, pepper on that, dump my avocados with the groove part up, throw my sunny side egg up on top with some spinach on top of it, a little bit more salt. That is my favorite meal. I could eat that every day.
Man, I'm in on that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the sunny side egg. I'd like them a little more done, but overall, everything else,
I
you're
could do that for you if you want.
cool. Very good. It sounds awesome. It really does. That sounds like a great meal. So your favorite way to stay in shape, then you're kind of a weekly routine a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, basically, I mean, I get up usually about 4:30 every morning to go to my workout. I like diversity, so I do a lot of HIIT exercises, the high intensity, short duration, 30-minute workouts, sometimes 45. If most of my weight type exercises are going to be about 30 minutes max, and then if I hit a little extra cardio, I'll go 15, 20 minutes on some cardio. But even then, I'm doing more HIIT, so I'll do 20 seconds to a minute high intensity, drop it down to 20 seconds to a minute low intensity, and I move that up. So I think the days of hour and a half hour workouts are kind of behind us if people look at the research. But I like diversity. I don't like doing the same thing every single week. Even I like to change it up. We in nature we get bored really easy. I say we live in a microwave society. We want things done quick, and we want things to be different. And that's the way I like my workout. So I try to work out 5 days a week, sometimes 6 if I'm feeling ambitious. Doesn't always happen, but yeah, just quick, intense, and then move on. I try to do it in the morning so I can have the rest of my day set and ready to go.
Awesome. Very nice.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some things that we didn't cover today. Is there anything that's still on your mind that maybe you'd like to just mention as we're heading out?
We've covered a lot.
We did.
I feel, and it's honestly for me, the other thing that I'd like to say is thank you. Honestly, I feel honored to be able to be a part of this and a part of motivating other people to wellness. And if there's anything that I've been able to say that sparks hope for somebody and an interest to help transform their lives, that's all it means to me. So I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of this.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. We really appreciate it. And the best way to get in touch with you and to see what you're offering there at your practice.
Absolutely. So you can follow us on Instagram. It's at regenerative_treatment KC. You can also find us on Facebook. That's also at Regenerative Treatment Centers KC. Instagram is usually the best because most of our stuff flows through. And again, that's at regenerative_treatment KC. Our clinic is in Leawood, Kansas. You can visit us at www.regenerativetreatmentcenterskc. It's pretty much the same across the board. Dr. Adam Boender, you can find me on any of those things. I do all of our videos. I try to make it fun and entertaining. But we'd love for you to follow us and see what we can do to help, keep you going. That's what it's about.
Yeah. So get to Kansas City. You got to go to Swope Park. You got to get you some indigenous Kansas City barbecue. I mean, that's a must, right?
Yeah.
And then you got to go see Dr. Boender at the Regenerative Treatment Center there for sure. So we really appreciate you being on with us. And this is a new segment that I've decided to do. I kind of stole it from To Tell the Truth, that game show.
Yeah.
And it's called Wait Before You Go.
Oh, yeah.
We got some gifts for you. If you'll wear one of these T-shirts, to change the oil in your car, or when you work out or wherever, we're gonna send you a T-shirt. So you look. Are you extra large or large, or what do you?
I like to say that I'm 5'8". My wife says I'm barely 5'8". So I'm more of like a medium, quite honestly.
So you're tightly built. Got it. Okay. Awesome.
Form fitting.
Awesome. And have you tried our Nox 3 greens?
Actually, I have. I
Okay.
actually this, this is my favorite product,
Right.
quite honestly. I love the Knox 3. I was trying to see. I think I don't know if we were back ordered for a little bit, but we're on the next shipment because we are out of greens right now, and we need.
So we actually relaunched it, and it has all the great superfoods in it that's had before, but we have a high nitrate valued arugula powder.
Yeah,
So we got a minimum of 100 milligrams of naturally occurring nitrates per scoop. So nitrates, of course, are a precursor, using the nitrate pathway as compared to the M3 using the arginine citrulline pathway. And this is a great thing I do first thing in the morning, kind of opens the gates of the nitric oxide boost. We got some test strips that we put in there, so you can actually test your saliva. We're going to send you a pack of these as well, a pack of 10 of these strips, and you can even test your patients if you feel like, just to kind of open their eyes on what's going on.
yeah.
We got Kelonox. Have you tried the Kelonox?
I have not.
We're going to send you a bottle of that, to help. Everybody's got metals in their system. Really
Yeah.
good way to detoxify the metals. We're going to throw in a nice shaker bottle. So you got a shaker bottle. We're going to hook you up.
Thank you.
We're going to hook you up. So look for that in the mail. And again, we definitely appreciate you being with us today. You've been very gracious, and love to hear how you're using the M3 and the Bionox products in your practice. And all I can say is, man, keep up the good work, and being the example of motivating wellness yourself and within your practice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Awesome. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.